Hi there, this is Ginger Urban, the old Bohemian Gypsy, and I'm making this video to answer questions from Melody of Making Memories with Melody, and that's spelled Melodi on YouTube. I sent her a happy mail. Well, she sent me one first, and then I sent her one, and she had some questions, quite a few questions, so I'm going to address them here. As you can see, I was getting ready to make some envelopes. I was actually going to do a video on that, and I don't know, I just can't quite get going on it, and so I may not get that done today, and then again, I might just kind of show you what I had in mind and not actually make them. I don't know for sure. So, these are the questions here. Okay, the packages were taped together because I had intended to send them out that way, but on United States Postal Service, the click and ship, they won't let you do that. You have to have it in a certified priority mail envelope. So I stuffed the two together in a priority mail envelope. In the first package, the large envelope um, is I have a video on that, and it shows you how to make it. It's made with, I used this as something I showed in the video, and it's a paper that I use, and then it's lined with oh, parchment paper, because when I copy dye paper, I don't put it in the oven on pans. I put it directly on parchment paper, and so I have a lot of parchment paper, and as you know, you can't glue anything to it unless you gesso it first. And I have so much, so I thought I would figure out something to do with it. So I decided to use it as liners, and so I make these bags and envelopes and different things. Okay, so that's about that large envelope. The small envelope on the front, it had the little note from me in it. On the front, that is actually one of my digitals. And I don't make digitals with um, print shop or anything like that. I just make collages. In fact, I think this is the one that I actually used for that envelope. But I make collages, and I'm doing a kit right now. And this, I can just flip through this real quick. These are some of the pages. Whoops. And these are actually going to be a kit. But I'll show that when they're ready. And then I have some eco-dyed papers that I've turned into digitals as well. So those will eventually be available in my Etsy store. I just have so much going on right now. And let me kind of reiterate here. I want to apologize for sort of being missing in action. I've had so much going on here at my house. As you know, I live in an apartment, and I have the worst management company you can imagine. They start things, they don't finish them. Um, they say they're going to be here, they don't show up. I mean, it's just a comedy of errors. The latest thing is my washer and dryer went out. Well, the washer did, the dryer was on its last legs, barely dried anything. So they decided they would take my request and buy a stacking unit, because it would give me so much more room in my little utility room, and I'd have way more storage. So they did that. And I did tell her in advance, you're going to have to get an electrician out here. And she said, no, the deliveryman will hook it up. So, I mean, I knew better, because where the dryer was is way far away from where the washer was. There was no way you were going to get that 220 over there or the vent. Anyway, to make a long story short, the washer and dryer was going to be delivered, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. That never happened. I was given a date and time and everything, and then it turns out, they didn't even have it, and we paid for it, and they didn't, didn't refund the money. And that was from Home Depot. Then they said, no, well, we're going to go with Lowe's. And then I even got a date and time for that delivery. That never happened. And that was because, oh, it's not in the warehouse yet. Well, you know, I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday, but I don't know what the delay and everything was, to be honest with you. It finally came. And as I said, it could not be hooked up. So I'm going through all of this. I have my entire utility room in my kitchen. I can barely move around in there. It's ridiculous. And I was in the midst of trying to put together a virtual garage sale with things that I have. I've been getting them together over the cold months, and so I have that stuff in my living room. So my house is like a disaster zone. It's hard to clean around. I mean, it's just awful. So I'm kind of, I just can't get my head around crafting. I've been having a real hard time. I'm just kind of in a slump. When I do sit down here, I do this, I pull stuff out, and I just can't go with it. So I don't know. Anyway, to get back on what this what this video is all about, I'm sorry. Okay, number 3. The sunflower stuff, they are made on time cards. And the embossed ones um, were distressed. The embossing was distressed with distress ink. And then I made a combo of time cards and guest checks. And that was some of the stuff that was ready to be embellished. The large glassine envelope with the dress. Oh, the glassine envelope with the dress is a Sue Olson digi. She, you can buy it from her. She's Sue Olson on YouTube, and I believe Sue Olson on Etsy. Let's see. The large gusseted glassine bag. That was an oops. And I didn't know that the music paper was upside down, so oh my, that is embarrassing. I didn't know that. And yes, I am the old Bohemian Gypsy on YouTube, but I am Ginger Urban on Facebook, and that's spelled U-R-B as in boy, A-N. Okay, the second bag. In there, when you opened it up, you said, oh, some doilies with the peachy trim and the whatever, lavender. Those are actually vintage hankies. They're not doilies. The fabric strips are trims. I've, torn the fabric, ripped the fabric rather, and I'm going to be making up little spools of those different fabrics. That's just a tip of the iceberg of fabrics that I have. And those will be available eventually in my shop, my Etsy store. The decoupage papers. I'm not sure that those are still available. I have their catalog here because I buy my glues, my decoupage, like this here, the antique decoupage that I sent to Patricia Viramontes. As far as I know, it's been discontinued. It is no longer in their catalog. And it's not on the order sheet, so who knows? The decoupage papers, yeah, I have a lot of different ones, and I'm glad I got as many as I did. I got a bunch of them, but I can't find those in their catalog any longer either. And I use the Deco Arch decoupage exclusively. I don't use anything else. I feel it's a way superior product to Mod Podge. I don't like Mod Podge, sorry to the manufacturer, but I'm sorry. It's sticky and I don't like it. I just don't like it. But the decoupage papers, there's a company called Stamperia, and I don't know exactly how to spell that. Stamperia, I think. And there are ladies on Etsy that sell that. So if you just enter Stamperia, I think a variety of Etsy stores will pop up, and they have the decoupage papers as well as the paper pads or paper stacks or whatever. I don't usually watch live stream because I'm usually not available. Although I am going to try because I like yours. There are some that I won't watch because they're just, I don't know, they get to me. They make me nervous. But yours are good, so yeah, I'm gonna make an effort to try and find out when they are and try and watch those. Okay, the beads that were in the one little bag are actually handmade paper beads that I glued eyelets into the ends. The paper flowers, Patricia Viramontes has a video of how to make those, and her last name is spelled Viramontes, and she is on YouTube. She has an Etsy store as well, although she doesn't get to get a whole lot in her Etsy store. Everything's gone before she can never even get it in there. Now the little nail polish flowers, I found out about those through a gal called Secret Sodo, and I'm not sure to spell that. I think it's just Secret Sodo on YouTube, because years ago when I saw that, and years ago when I made those, but she has a video on how to make those, and her video is the best. There's people out there that claim it was their idea. No, she came out with it first, because I was right there when she did, and the ones that came after it, if they're claiming it's theirs, shame on them, because it's not. And yes, my Etsy store will be open eventually. It's just one of those things that I have to get done, get everything ready to put in there, and I'm just having a hard time with everything going on in my life right now. So hang in there, guys, because giveaways are, I want to do lots of giveaways. I want to do one once a month. I haven't done one yet this month, and I will. I need to do a video on something that I'm going to give away. I wanted to do a big box of stuff, but I don't have time to get it together. So I think I'll do a video on a little journal that I have and have that as a kind of a spur of the moment giveaway. And then next month, I want to do a giveaway where you actually have to send me something to be entered. And that's going to be the big box of stuff. And then that's the giveaway for May, but it won't be mailed out until like the 1st of June, because it's going to go for a whole month. And I can let you know ahead of time. I haven't announced it yet, but I can tell you now that you're going to have to send me an altered envelope and a card or a tag, so that I'm going to start a friends journal, and I want to be able to have something from you to put in there. So if you want to be entered in the giveaway, you're going to have to do that. Just so that I can see who you are, what you do, and whatnot for future giveaways and stuff. So that's kind of that in a nutshell. And as you can see, I have everything out here, kind of ready to go, and I haven't done anything. And so I'm going to sign off now, and then I'm going to come back on and maybe explain a little bit of this and some of the other envelope options that I have. And hopefully, if I can do it, probably not tomorrow, because supposedly, quote unquote, the plumber is to be here to do the electrical. Now, go figure. And the vent. That plumbing doesn't need to be done, but she's sending a plumber, and she said he does all this. So we'll see. So I probably won't be doing anything tomorrow, because I'm going to be sitting here waiting for him to show up, and I don't want to get interrupted while I'm doing a video. So thank you guys so much. Please excuse me if this video was kind of like all over the place. You can probably tell I'm just totally disgusted with everything, and but I wanted to thank Melody. Thank you so very much for featuring my Happy Mail on a video. I thought that was really wonderful of you. So I'm going to sign off here now, guys, and I'll pick back up and do another little video in a little bit. Nothing will, they'll probably won't both get uploaded in the same day, but I'll certainly give it a try. Okay, toodles for now, guys. Bye.